Premier League Bournemouth vs Brentford prediction, team news, lineups preview. Bournemouth will endeavour to maintain their position in the top half of the Premier League table when they welcome Brentford to the Vitality Stadium for their final home fixture of the season on Saturday afternoon. Neither side could be separated the last time they butted heads back in September when they played out a 2-2 draw at the GTEC Community Stadium. Match preview. A relegation dogfight seemingly beckoned for Bournemouth following a 9-match winless start to the campaign. But Andoni Iraola's side has come on leaps and bounds since then and have accumulated a club record 48 Premier League points with 2 games still to play. The Cherries were in buoyant mood heading to the Emirates Stadium last weekend after winning their previous 2 matches without reply against Wolverhampton Wanderers and Brighton Hove Albion. However, they could not get the better of title-chasing Arsenal and eventually fell to a 3-0 defeat. Nevertheless, Bournemouth are still clinging on to 10th place in the Premier League table and are still in with a chance of equaling their highest-ever top-flight finish of 9th in 2016-17. As they sit just 1 point behind 9th-placed West Ham United. Before travelling to Chelsea on the final day, Bournemouth shift their attention to Saturday's contest with Brentford, who they have failed to beat in any of their last 6 league meetings since a narrow 1-0 win in the Championship back in 2014. The Cherries have lost their final home league match in 3 of the last 4 seasons, but their recent home form bodes well ahead of their clash with the Bees, as they are unbeaten in their last 6 league games at the Vitality Stadium W4D2, their joint longest run without defeat on home soil in the top flight. After securing their highest-ever Premier League finish 9th last season, Brentford will have to settle for a bottom-half finish this time around, but Thomas Frank can at least take pride in steering the Bees to safety with games to spare. A 4th straight Premier League campaign was assured prior to Brentford's narrow 1-0 defeat at Everton, and they have since picked up a point from a goalless stalemate with London rivals Brentford last weekend. With 2 matches remaining, Brentford currently sits 16th in the top flight standings and 10 points clear of the relegation zone, while they can only finish as high as 15th if they follow up a win over Bournemouth on Saturday with another 3 points in their final fixture of the season at home to Newcastle United. Although Brentford have lost 2/3 of their Premier League games on the road this season, 12 out of 18, they have come out on top in their final away fixture in each of the last 3 campaigns. Scoring exactly 3 goals against Bristol City 3-1 in 2020-21, Everton 3-2 in 2021-22 and Tottenham Hotspur 3-1 in 2022-23. The Bees have also kept a clean sheet in their last 2 visits to Bournemouth, including last season's goalless draw, and will be looking to keep 3 consecutive shutouts at the home of the Cherries for the first time since a run between 1991 and 1994 when both teams were competing in the 3rd tier. Team news. Bournemouth will be without Luis Sinisterra, Marcus Tavernier both thigh and Ryan Fredericks calf due to injury, while Tyler Adams back, Lloyd Kelly and Chris Mepham both illness will be assessed ahead of kickoff. Milos Kerkez will serve the 3rd and final game of a 3-match suspension this weekend, so Dango Ouattara could be tasked with filling in at left-back once again, if Kelly is not fit to return. Joining Marco Senesi, Ilya Zabarnyi and Adam Smith in a 4-man defense. January signing Enes Ünal contributed with a goal and an assist in his last home appearance and will be pushing to start an attack alongside 18-goal talisman Dominic Solanke, while Antoine Semenyo and Justin Kluivert will hope to retain their places in the final 3rd. As for Brentford, Josh Da Silva, Rico Henry both knee, Ben Mee ankle and Aaron Hickey thigh are all out for the rest of the season, while Matthias Jensen and Christopher Ajur will both be assessed ahead of kickoff. The former was absent from last weekend's matchday squad with a minor injury, while the latter was forced off with a facial injury. Mads Roerslev is expected to slot in at right-back if Ajur is not deemed fit to start, while Mikkel Damsgaard, Christian Norgard and Vitaly Janelt could all keep their places in midfielder if Jensen is not ready to return. In-demand striker Ivan Toney has not scored in any of his last 10 appearances, but he is set to lead the line and could be supported in attack by Jon Wissa and Brian Buemo. The latter scored a stoppage-time equalizer in the reverse fixture. Bournemouth possible starting lineup: Neto, Smith, Zabarnyi, Senesi, Ouattara, Semenyo, Christie, Cook, Kluivert, Unal, Solanke. Brentford possible starting lineup: Flecken, Roerslev, Collins, Pinnock, Reguilon, Janelt, Norgard, Damsgaard, Mbumo, Tony, Wissa. We say, Bournemouth 2-1 Brentford. Neither Bournemouth or Brentford will want to end the campaign on a whimper, so a strong showing from both teams is on the cards, even though they are merely playing for pride at this stage. There was little to separate these two teams in the reverse fixture, and another closely fought contest is in store, but we believe the Cherries will edge this one on home soil. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.